Hi, Dave Hill Jr. here, talking a little bit about asking questions. Recently, I had a friend ask me, what's the right book to get to ask the right coaching questions? And I thought about it for a minute and I said, no, there's no book. You don't need a book to ask questions. Maybe there are some great books, but for me, it's really about dropping into my gut and asking the question I really want to ask. What am I most curious about? What am I dying to know? And sometimes you might need some scaffolding or some framing of that question to help set the context for the other person so it's not just blindsiding them or making them feel defensive or put on the spot. Because questions can have that effect where we kind of like, boy, I guess I don't know the answer, or maybe I need to think about it, from the receiver's point of view. So in my coaching, if you're a client of mine, you know that I like to ask questions that really get to the heart of the matter, or how you might really be feeling or processing your perspective. So I think of it a little bit like riding the lightning, to travel together and investigate as partners, me as the coach and you as the client, how we can learn what's really going on. What are the assumptions or the beliefs or the preconceived notions that might be rattling around or working in a mysterious shroud in the background as you're trying to come to your growth. So that's how I think about questions, and hopefully that's helpful. And I would encourage anyone that's out there listening to this to lean into asking curious questions. It's a great way to connect with another person. Usually we think we need to present, or I see a lot of executives that they go into presentation mode. They have their PowerPoint and they're going to tell the other people all the thoughts that are in their head. But actually it's about engaging with folks, asking curious questions, both from a presentation standpoint or from the audience's standpoint. Both enjoy questions, and that's where the real, I think, intellectual and even emotional stimulation happens in business, so that you can get your hearts and minds aligned on what's important and maybe source out the conflicts and find the ways to solve problems together. So that's a little bit on questions from a coaching perspective, but also from a business perspective. Hopefully that's helpful to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you ask curious questions, or where you're stuck and not asking the question you want to ask. And I'll see you next time on a little coaching minute in the future video. Thank you.